5, chapter 14, entitled The Forest of Enjoyment, text number 39. Okay, before we start, any points from yesterday? We are in the forest of enjoyment. We are hoping to enjoy this world. We are hoping to have fun. We are hoping to be all blissful. So this is what we hope. This is what we are dreaming. This is what we are planning. This world is the world for me. Just for me, and I can do whatever I want and however I want. But then what happens? What is that forest of enjoyment? It turns into the forest of nightmares, no? Because that's what reality is. So what did we discuss yesterday? Or day before? Or day before also? Yeah.
The power of illusion that after facing some trouble we cannot remember that.
Okay, power of illusion that we go through so many troubles and we don't learn the lesson. We are so dull, stupid. No? We don't learn the lesson. But how many times you have to experience the same pain to learn the lesson? So that's how one can understand what one's level of intelligence is. Prabhupada gives that example of a thief who steals, he hears, he sees, still he will do it. And even after having experience, still he has propensity to do it. Doesn't learn. 4th class, 5th class, 10th class intelligence. No intelligence, no brain. Misused, even if there is any. We should learn. If something is done in a certain way and it results in certain type of reaction, but then why should we repeat it the same? That's what it said, Einstein said, it's one type of madness, to keep on doing things the same way and expecting different result. It's madness. You must be a madman. I put my fingers in a socket, I get the electric shock, and next time I think if I do it, something else will happen. I won't be such an idiot. No? So that's why when we deal with this material energy deals under the certain strict laws of nature. We know the laws, we benefit. We don't know the laws, or we don't learn the laws, even after experiencing the laws. But then, where is the consciousness? Where is the consciousness? And today we are so proud of being so dull and so unconscious, so that AI can do everything for us. We are so crippled, so crippled. It is our greatest misfortune. And that's like before, people would say to calculate. They would just do everything in the mind. Very easy, very simple. Nowadays you want to calculate the simplest, equation or something. Immediately. Where is the mobile, Before it used to be a calculator also. Even that. We can't just do anything on our own. We allowed ourselves to become so degraded, so lazy, so dull. And that's why we don't learn the lessons. We just don't learn anything. And we have to go through same thing again. One marriage, okay, we didn't learn. Okay, the next marriage, we didn't learn anything. Okay, next marriage. Or something like this. We just don't learn the lessons. What a dullness. What is that dullness? That's mode of ignorance. Why mode of ignorance? Well, what is our understanding of Shastra? What are we doing throughout the whole day? What are we doing throughout our whole life? How much Shastra do we know? I'm still looking, I'm seeing there's so many things I still have to go through. There's so many things that you can read, so many things that you can study, so many amazing so much amazing information that it's available about Krishna and the spiritual world and relationship with devotees and their interactions. There's so much nectar. Still after so many years, I still didn't complete what is still available. And what are we doing? We are wasting time for so many ridiculous prajalpa things. And even if we go through whatever, we may go through, it's still not enough, because we know you can read Bhagavad Gita hundreds of times, no? And it will give newer and fresher meaning. First locate where it is. Why are you looking? Otherwise it will fall down. First find out where it is. And why are you giving to him? If you find it, you go and you do it. Go and do it, Come on. That's another dullness. Somebody else will do it. We always think somebody else will do it. We don't want to do it. Okay, give somebody else will do it. And somebody else makes the mess, and what is done? What is the use? No? Mess. That's the point. Nobody wants to take responsibility in this world for anything. Again, all dullness, all ignorance, all tamas. Ado gachanti tamasa. And what happens? If you live your life in the mode of tamas like this, then you just get a body of tamas also, not just mind, because your mind prepares you for that kind of body, no? If you cultivate that kind of tamasic mind, then you'll get also tamasic body. Dull, lazy, ignorant. There's that animal in Central America or in South America. It's called a sloth. Sloth. It's fat and lazy. And to move, just to make something like this, it takes 1 hour. And then again like this. And then it will crawl, it's to climb the tree, it will take, a few hours or something. I was like, just stupid, dull animal. But it's an animal. It lives, gets something, somehow manages. I don't know how. It's not even Python, who just sits. It's another laziness. But at least when something comes, then he becomes, he triggers, becomes active. But this guy is always lazy. Always, like really dull, Of course, there are even worse creatures than this. But all portraying that mode of ignorance. Representing mode of ignorance. Manifesting mode of ignorance. It's tamas. So we should not allow ourselves to be in the mode of tamas. How are we? We are keeping ourselves in mode of tamas because the mobile does everything for you. Yesterday everybody kept mobile? Pack up. I think it would be a good habit if you start doing this. At least at evening, just give him a holiday and give yourself a holiday. So that mind can be peaceful, maybe at night. Of course, yesterday there were so many of these nonsense crackers again. Doom, 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 doom. I don't know if anybody heard. Well, I did, definitely. Couldn't sleep. Stupid Krishna, whatever nonsense is good today. Maybe we can expect even worse today evening. Anyway, so that dullness, that ignorance, we don't learn on past lessons. What kind of brain is this? What kind of consciousness is this? What kind of modes are these? We don't learn. Let's say somebody cheats you, again you go to same fellow, again he will cheat you. But when are we going to learn? When are we going to learn anything? Again and again and again and again. Same thing. So material energy is also cheating us like this. But we are such a fool because we don't want to serve Krishna. We don't want to serve devotees. We don't want to serve Krishna. And that's our material energy. Okay, very nice, very nice. I have a lot of work for you. I can keep you very, very busy. Go and work very hard for something that's worthless and will not make you ultimately happy. But because if you're just such a fool, then that's what, it's going to be your engagement. Because you're not capable for anything else. I cannot give you a better job. No? I cannot engage you in a better way because that's what you don't want. No? You don't want to serve Krishna, but then what can I offer? You have to be involved in something because that's your desire also. You want to be involved in something. Agasur Lila. You want to be involved in something. So then I provide you with whatever you want to deal with according to your desire. And of course according to your adhikar. That means karma. Another Agasur. Anyway. Just covered the mouth now and we're yawning. That's also a little ignorance, so we don't have to spread it around. So that's why material energy is engaging us according to our desire. Yeah, that's it. So we want to remain dull and ignorant and waste our life. Very dangerous. What is the guarantee what kind of life you will get in next body? Or what kind of next body you're going to receive? Now we have a chance to serve Krishna. Why we are not serious? Time is running. Time is running. Time is passing. We're all dreaming we'll have a nice family, we'll be happy, nice place to stay, nice this, nice that. Such a dream world. Such a dream world. And Maya makes us so busy working hard to accomplish that. And you go around, ask people. Ask people, have all of your dreams been, fulfilled? Are you happy? Are you satiated? Are you satisfied? And everybody will tell you no, if they're honest. Under, that kind of circumstance or on the understanding that they're honest, they'll tell you no, because they still have so many desires. And if they say yes, then you ask them, do you have some other desires? And if they say yes, we have so many other desires, that means they were lying. That means that they were not satisfied and they were not satiated. Because if you are satisfied and satiated, you would never have any other desire. Yeah? Very simple test to understand what is one's position. Yeah? So then why we want to waste our lives like this? Why we just can't serve Krishna? What's wrong in serving Krishna? If we are fully focused and centered, how much satisfaction and nectar we get? No? If our mind is present, but if we allow our mind to drift and dream about so many other things, even while we are serving Krishna, no, because we will go where our mind is. That's very, very unfortunate then. Yeah. So that's why our mind has to be fortified. By what? By strong intelligence. Strong intelligence. Understand this world is world of illusion. This world is world of so much dukkha and, it's temporary. Why do we want to waste time here? What are we hoping for? That's what Prabhupada said, do your business, get out, get out, get out. And now we have also, by Krishna's mercy, by devotees' mercy, by Prabhupada's mercy, we have some chance to be Krishna conscious, to have some perception that other people don't have, to gain some intelligence that other people don't have. Yeah. They can't understand why they are suffering. They can't even accept that they are sinful. No? And that's the root cause of suffering, because they're ignorant, really ignorant. They don't understand, as we said in the beginning, how the laws of material nature function. So what is the use of knowing so many other things? Waste of time. So that's why we should understand that this so-called forest of enjoyment, it's really a trap for fools. That's why it's a paradise for fools. There is an expression in the West, paradise for fools. Yeah. Yeah. You go to Surya Mall, and so many people come. Why they come? Because there's so many glittering lights and so many things exposed, and promoted and this and that. So their mind is like, wow, look at this, look at it. There's some fun for mind because it can examine, it can see so many new things, different. And then what? And then what? Even if you stay in this Surya Mall, there's so many people who are selling things in that Surya Mall. You ask them, are you feeling happy here? Is it really so exciting or something? It's a boring, dull place. There's no life. There's no life. It's just a trick for a mind. It has no substance. Same thing, you go to heavenly planets, you go anywhere you want to go, you do whatever you want to do, still, if it's not connected to Krishna, it will not have substance. No, just like we say, this bulb or something, or light, whatever, it's not, there's no connection. There's not going to be any benefit of it. It will just externally look like something that potentially may give us something or award us something. Potentially. But there's no connection. There's no attraction. And even that attraction that we feel towards something, that's because Krishna is present in every atom. We are always attracted to Krishna. If you would have known a little bit science of Sankarshan, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Vasudeva, how they rule different elements and how they create different, like this, desire, attraction, goal, attachment. And you understand, everything you're dealing with Krishna actually. You're dealing with Krishna, but because you don't want Krishna, that's why you're covered by Maya. That's why Maya has to take that job of keep on facilitating you according to your karma. But of course, what is our karma? It's just terrible karma, ugra karma. That's why mostly we suffer. So that's why there's no question of the forest of enjoyment. There's no enjoyment without Krishna. To understand that one has to gain the knowledge. Knowledge is the foundation. And only Shastra can give us this knowledge. So don't waste time. Read the Shastra, read the Bhagavatam, read the Bhagavad Gita. And see the difference in consciousness, the difference in reaction, the difference in work. No. There's no enjoyment in this world. Chapalasuk. Just enough to trap us. So that's why intelligence, cultivating intelligence is essential. Okay, any points from day before yesterday? Yeah.
In the material world, the principle of attachment remains. A man attached with her parents, after death of her parents, he attached with.
Yeah, so if we cultivate wrong, again, qualities, then we'll just extend them to something else. Even though we lose certain attachments due to influence of time, no? But still, same propensity, same qualities will remain. Unless we purify them, there's no way out of this world. There's no way out of this world. We were talking about the only way, only hope for us, it's just devotee's mercy. To elevate our consciousness. There's no way one can, on its own, elevate his consciousness. It's impossible. Impossible. You can very easily just degrade yourself. That's a different thing. But to elevate one's consciousness without devotees, and we said without prasada, impossible. But we discussed that already. So anyway. Yes.
We should know how to react in Krishna's consciousness.
What?
We should know how to react in Krishna's consciousness.
Well, when we are Krishna conscious, then we will react properly. No? Then when you face any circumstance, you will know how to react. Should you go for it? You shouldn't go for it. There's so many, they call them in war, they call them booby traps. They call them booby traps. They said a booby trap, it's an explosive or something, you step on it or you trigger it. Gone. Or they'll put, just like any trap, animals are trapped. There was some story in Vietnam War, there was some Marines, American Marines were being caught Somehow they were caught or something, and then there was some lady. She was well known to be a very terrifying bitch, not lady anyway. She was just a rakshas, whatever. Let's just get straight into it. So she would torture. She would pull the nails. She would peel the skin. She would castrate. She would do so many horrible things. Anyway, all of them were just all nonsense. So, but this was like little extreme, and those people would be screaming, who would be operated upon themselves like this. But the other soldiers, they knew if we go for it, it's a trap. They'll just kill us all. So they would just hear all of that and just being unable to do anything about it. It was all purposefully done. It's a trap. It's a pretty gross example, and many of such kind of examples are going on. But it's a trap. So we have to understand what a trap is. Otherwise, if we get trapped, then there's no way out. We're finished. So we don't use our intelligence, we don't use our brain to understand how Maya sets the trap for us. By our desire, that's another point. Because we are finding ourselves in a certain circumstance and environment. It's our desire. So we want to pursue this. Stupid. That means no brain. We're entering into a big trap. We're entering into a big trap. What is the biggest trap? Some nice flirting with some girls. Yeah? And we don't understand. We have no brain to understand it's a trap. It's a trap. It's just going to blow off your whole spiritual life. Stupid. For what? For what? For some little flirting that will last maybe for a few weeks maximum? And it will create such an impression to do it again and again and again. And as we said, just destroy our intelligence. That we just won't be even able to understand how we are suffering. Keep us in ignorance and waste our life. But that's the whole point. We need some brain to understand how this world works. What are its laws and what are the consequences of getting involved in any of this? For that we need brain. Krishna is giving us the brain. Are we taking advantage of it? Not really. Not really. So why are we allowing ourselves to be so ignorant? And then so many desires. I need this, I need that. And then of course your family, once you get involved, then they will also need so many things. And where is Krishna then? Then again, this life also wasted. Another life lost. For what? It's just because we cultivated ignorance. Okay, any other point from before?
Happiness is mean for solution.
Happiness is?
Mean for solution. It's like you give the example. If someone's head is in water and he pulled out his head.
Yeah, so that's how Maya works. Yes, you think that's my happiness, but actually it's just another form of torture. Yeah, so that you can be suffering even more. No? You're not getting out of it. You're just entangling yourself more and more and more. So even when you think, oh, there is some happiness, actually you're just becoming attached to that so-called happiness. But that forces you to suffer even more. It's really funny, But we don't think like that. We don't think like that. That so-called happiness, it's part of the whole bigger suffering program, which you'll have to experience. So yes, these are heavy things, but that's what the material world is. That's what material world is. That's why, again, forest of enjoyment. Go to any forest. Maybe now we'll go. In a few days we'll see. and you'll see very nice forest. You go deeper alone. Stay overnight. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Stay overnight. Maybe some tendro comes. Maybe some balu comes. Maybe some sap comes. Maybe some hati comes, or this varaha. How do you say boar in Hindi? Suar. Even suar, for the wild suar. You say suar?
Jungly suar.
Jungly suar, that's how you say. Or who knows what, maybe some poisonous spider or scorpion, or I don't know what else might be there, whatever. Yeah. Forest of enjoyment, no? Oh, nice waterfalls, nice this and that. Yesterday I saw there was some article, some news. They found they found some biggest crocodile in Mississippi River in U.S. Big crocodile. I said 13 feet. 13 feet. That's from where to where? Huh? 13 feet.
This is 12.
What, it's 12? Oh, this is the ceiling, it's 12. Okay, so stand up. So half of your size. Half of your size. Even more than that. Crocodile. And I don't know what they say when they catch you, what the pressure in pounds, I don't know in pounds. If they would have said in kgs, I would have known. But pounds, the pressure when he closes his jaws, he grabs you. What a pressure that is. It just crashes everything that they catch. So once you're caught, it's gone. What about forest of enjoyment and so-called nice swimming, no? What about if you, anyway, now we don't have to go into all this nonsense, but you like in Amazon, you have piranhas. I've seen in Brazil. They just come, they finish you in a moment. They just, clean all your bones very nicely, just in few minutes. Only bones are left. I mean, the Dicha, when he was giving his body, he could have, leave the body like this. Everything would have been clean, and in a moment, So that's our forest of enjoyment. We are so ignorant, so ignorant that there is no enjoyment in this material world. But we're hoping, yes, there's some fruits. Yeah, there are some fruits. There are some monkeys there also, which also want the fruit.
2,700 pounds.
What? I don't know in pounds. You have to tell me in kgs. I don't know. You transform this pound into kgs. I've been raised with the measurement of kgs, not the pounds. I have no idea what it is. Huh?
16,000 per square.
No.
Per square, how per square what? Anyway, whatever it is, it's crushing, that's all. Whatever will crush your leg or something, that's good enough that you're finished. No? And then they don't let you go. They just close it, and then they'll wiggle around, twist it, better not to even thinking further. So that's like crocodile of Maya. That's an also expression. Yes, crocodile of Maya. Once you're caught by crocodile of Maya, it's difficult to escape because it will trap you, and it won't open. It won't let you go. And what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. And then it will twist wheels till your whatever limb or anything they caught on is broken. It's torn apart. And then they'll continue the job with some other limb. That's one. What if you have many? Yeah. And then a few seconds, Haribol. Maybe that's even better, Hellish. That's material world, but we will enjoy swimming, we will enjoy this and that. Okay, go, enjoy. Have a fun. Let's see for how long. That's the nature of material existence. Jiva jivasya jivanam. One living being eats a food for another. That's what happens in the job. So much competition, this and that. One, it's food for another. That's how people, only by exploitation nowadays, people gain profit. Are we clear with that? Are we conscious of that? You go out and you work and whatever, you can only get profit, like Danmai told me, for 2 months people are not paid, their salary. Why? Because somebody gains profit from that. He has to exploit like this. Stupid people, who think that they have no other option to work anywhere else, so then they're stuck with that job where they get and remain exploited. Yeah, that's material world. I will enjoy, I will get salary. What is your enjoyment? I've heard sometimes it's not 2 months, sometimes it's 6 months, sometimes it's, you don't get paid or something. What did Askallam, It means working for nothing practically. And then sometimes they give you once all the prices and inflation, eats up all your salary, even once you get it, what's the use of it? That's the nature of material existence. Okay, what other points we will discuss? Anything else? Let me start to voice today. Huh? Okay, that was the day before yesterday. Whatever. Everybody's struggling to achieve something, yes, but then it's even greater struggle to maintain it. Pushpendra, you have hands? Very nice. It's a bigger struggle to maintain that, because somebody else will want it, and somebody else will be envious. Why are you having that? I want it. I see what a life is when you face such kind of circumstances. Now you don't know, you're just studying. That's your biggest challenge and difficulty. You think this is maybe trouble or something. You see when the trouble starts, you start working. Okay, anything else? Last thing, yes?
If you don't keep promise to others, you cannot...
Yeah, that was sometimes back, yeah. That's also nature of material existence. We keep on lying, cheating for profit, no? And we'll never be able, then we lie and cheat to ourselves. Anyway, we discussed that. Yes?
If we embrace Maya, then that qualities of Maya...
Yeah, that we said yesterday also. Yeah. You embrace Maya, then you'll be tinged by that. What you're embracing. Very interesting. That's why the same analogy goes. We are clean and pure like a drop of rainwater, no? Once we touch with the mud, you become like mud. Then you have to filter it. It's more difficult to filter it. No? It becomes a big problem then. So we are embracing Maya, we are embracing illusion, we are embracing lust, we are embracing greed and anger and everything. And that's what we assume also. So now to purify that, it's not an easy process. It's not an easy process. Yeah. Just see, there are 6 filters there in the kitchen, no?
Yes.
Filtration process. Not easy to purify again the water, which became contaminated. So soul is like this. But what's your option then? You say, it's too much trouble to become pure again. Okay, but what's your option? What's your option? That's why Krishna says, those who are demoniac, they keep on sinking down and down and down to the worst, demoniac species of life. Is that an option? Just sink down lower into tamas? Is that an option? Not for intelligent people. Okay, so today it says Yaidam Yoganusha Sanam Nava Etat Avarudya Dhate Yananya Sadanda munaya upashamashilam uparatatmanaham samavagachanti. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Saintly persons who are friendly to all living entities have a peaceful consciousness. They have controlled their senses and minds, and they easily attain the path of liberation, the path back to Godhead. Being unfortunate and attached to the miserable material conditions, a materialistic person cannot associate with them. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjanajvalaka Chakshurumritam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Paraya Krishna Prishta Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityananda Namaste Saraswati Devi Guru Namaskar Vishesha Jnana Bhashyati Rishtanya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Gadadara Shri Guru Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Saintly persons who are friend to all living entities have a peaceful consciousness. Have a peaceful consciousness. Because they don't have anyone, they don't consider anyone as their enemy. They've controlled their senses and mind. So they can easily attain liberation. But of course one has to become saintly, one has to pass through this anartha nivriti, contaminated stage of purifying the contamination of the mind and the heart. Saintly persons. Saintly means doing everything that Krishna instructs, following everything that Krishna has instructed. That's what saintliness is. So of course that's rare, it's not easy, but at least one should strive, one should recognize, at least one should have understanding what is worthy of trying to attain. What is worthy of trying to attain. But just leave it there. Because everybody nowadays, they did one survey in the West sometimes back, and they were asking people, what's your greatest desire? What do you want? What do you expect? So what do you think? What people want the most? Money.
Peace.
Can anyone raise the hand? Anybody else? You already heard? Anybody else? Okay, sense gratification, let's put it this way.
Happiness.
Happiness. Position. Okay, so after making that survey, and asking so many people so many things, and the most prominent answer, you know what it was? It was peace. It was peace, because without peace, can you enjoy anything? Can you be happy? Yes or no? Even if you have position, even if you have money, even if you have so much sex life, even if you, I don't know what, want to attain any kind of so-called material happiness, if you don't have peace, can you be happy? So people are crying for peace. Peace of mind, first of all. Peace of mind. But again, Krishna says, that peace of mind cannot come unless you know me. And the happiness that you want also, it will not manifest unless you're peaceful. Sarva loka maheshwaram suridam sarva bhutanam gyatvam suridam sarva bhutanam gyatvam shantim richati. Gyatvam shantim richati, attaining peace. So, and then very also one interesting in second chapter, at the end of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that one who is free from attachment and aversion, he can be peaceful. That stage of equanimity, when you're not repulsed by something negative and you're not attached to something that it's apparently positive from a material point of view. You're just indifferent. You just see what you can use for Krishna and what you cannot. That's all. That stage of equanimity, then one can be peaceful. So only when you're peaceful, you'll be just contented. And you don't need the whole universe to be contented. You're just happy with whatever comes on its own accord. No? Yeah. So that's the stage of the saintly persons. They're so peaceful. They're so undisturbed. Yeah. And what's the use? People have so many things, but they have still trillions of unlimited desires. Like that. What kind of state of existence that is? Just like now, this American president, whatever, he wants to name so many things after himself. What's the point? And then people are protesting. Why now we want to change? It's already named in a certain way by someone else or whatever it is. So many desires, how to control, how to become more famous, how to become prominent. It's not ending. It's not ending. And then on the contrary, it said here, being unfortunate and attached to the miserable material conditions, a materialistic person cannot associate with them. You see? So materialists, they don't want to associate with sadhus. First of all, it's very interesting, when a sadhu is there, they will consider, oh, these sadhus, these people are useless, worthless. Why should we associate with them? No? We won't even let them near because they waste our time. See, that's how Maya saves devotees, Just like Lord Shiva, what he does. He covers himself with the ash, he goes to crematorium, he puts some snakes. And so materialistic people who are even so-called pious, they will not come near to bother. That's why he does that on purpose. He doesn't want so-called sophisticated, whatever this and that, pious people, to just waste his time. Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, what did he do? He was chanting in the latrine. No, he didn't want such kind of people to come and disturb him. Materialistic people, they're very pious, but they just want material opulence to enjoy. They're not surrendered, really. So they're unfortunate. They're attached to miserable material conditions. That's what we were talking about, attachment to miserable material conditions. And because you're attached to matter, how can you be seeking devotees' association, which will just smash all of your misconceptions? You won't be interested. So Prabhupada explains, the great saint Jad Bharat described both the miserable condition and the means to get out. So now here, this is discussion between, I think, Parikshit Maharaj and Shukadeva Goswami, about these instructions that we discussed earlier, we heard earlier, Jad Bharat has given to King Rahugana. So Prabhupada said he described both the miserable condition and way to get out. The only way out of it is association with devotees. And this association is very easy. Of course, if you have devotees and if you appreciate them. All the unfortunate people also get this opportunity due to their great misfortune. They cannot take shelter of pure devotees, and consequently they continuously suffer. It's another problem. The biggest problem is even if we get association of the devotees, we don't value that. Even if it's Kanishta association, at least it will remind us of Krishna. Even that we don't value. Nonetheless, this Krishna consciousness movement insists that everyone takes to this path by adopting the chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The preachers of Krishna consciousness go go from door to door to inform people how they can be relieved from the miserable condition of life. As stated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. By the mercy of Krishna and Guru, one can get the seed of devotional service. If one is a little intelligent, he can cultivate Krishna consciousness and be freed from the miserable conditions of material life. Okay, any questions or comments? So we are closing with what we started, only by mercy of devotees. And again, by their mercy, we get some prasadam. Somehow we can elevate our consciousness. No? This is how Prabhupada concludes also this purpose. Just by the mercy of the devotees. That's why we have to go out, because people will not come here. No? They won't come here, even if you invite them. We invited so many. Who comes? Nobody wants to come. So that's why we have to go out. We have to give the mercy, to receive the mercy ourselves as well. Okay, any questions? Who still has some illusions about being happy in this world?
When we have hallucination.
Hallucination. Means?
The thing that is not present, but we think that is happening, there is.
Mind.
Yeah, but that's very serious psychological condition. You know? That's that's why now there's so many increase in requirement for psychiatrists. Yeah. You just chant, just like Prabhupada. Somebody came to Prabhupada, when I chant, I see the big red light, pulsing, like this, like expanding and contracting. I see the big light. Prabhupada said, just keep on chanting, it will go away. Okay, then we'll stop. Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Lord Premanande.